Today in AI, April 15th, 2026. Here are 20 stories worth your attention. OpenAI Agents SDK Major Upgrade, Built-in Sandbox plus Model Native Harness. OpenAI has released a major upgrade to the Agents SDK, Controlled Sandbox Execution Environments, Model Native Harness, Manifest Unified Configuration Layer, and built-in MCP tool calling to help enterprises build safe, long-running agents. Cloudflare, Versal, Modal, E2B, and Daytona are now integrated as official Sandbox partners. Built-in Sandbox isolation separate state from compute. Containers can recover quickly after crashes. SDK upgrade from lightweight framework to full platform with state management, directly competitive with Claude Code and Google ADK. HuggingFace trending, GLM 5.1/Minimax, M2.7/Gemma 4-31V lead. HuggingFace trending leaderboard today is dominated by Chinese models. GPU GLM 5.1, 1236 upvotes, 91K downloads, and Minimax, M2.7, 775 upvotes, 85K downloads. In top positions, Google Gemma 4-31B leads in raw downloads, 2.89 M, Tencent HY, embodied 0.5, and OpenVMB Vox CPM2 TTS also in top 5. 3 seats, GPU GLM 5.1, Minimax, M2.7, OpenVMB Vox CPM2. Gemma 4-31B continues momentum, showing open-source small models remain mainstream. Google DeepMind releases Gemini Robotics-ER 1.6. DeepMind released Gemini Robotics-ER 1.6, significantly improving robot reasoning and vision and spatial understanding, enabling more accurate planning and execution of physical tasks. This follows the 1.5 release, further cementing Gemini's role as the physical AI brain. Embodied reasoning model, designed for robot perception and motion planning. Spatial reasoning plus multi-step action planning. Claude Code Desktop Redesign plus v2.1.109, multi-session split view plus routines expansion. Anthropic shipped Claude Code version 2.1.107/108/109 alongside a redesigned desktop app, unified sidebar for co-work and code, multi-session split view, visual Git status. Routines expanded further with cron and GitHub event triggers for Claude Code. Tasks run even when your local machine is off. Manage multiple CC sessions across local/cloud, drag to reorder, pinnable sessions. New GitHub event triggers, completing cloud-side automation. Qwen3.6-Plus integrated into opencode CLI, sweeps OpenRouter Leaderboards. Alibaba Qwen announced Qwen3.6-Plus and Qwen3.5-Plus now live on opencode Go CLI, marking China's leading coding model entry into mainstream open-source agent CLI. Qwen3.6-Plus swept OpenRouter's daily, weekly, trending leaderboards, first model to cross 1 trillion tokens in a single day. OpenRouter Leaderboard swept, first model exceeding 1T tokens/day. Opencode is the open-source alternative to Claude Code/Cursor, Go CLI. Integration signals Chinese model presence extending to overseas developers. OpenAI Codex 0.121.0 Alpha, 3 releases in one day. OpenAI Codex CLI shipped 3 alpha versions today, December 13th, 14, synced with Agents SDK Sandbox upgrade. Codex hit 3M weekly active users. OpenAI extended 2x Codex quota to 5x through May 31st for $200 Pro subscribers. 3 alpha versions in one day, Agents SDK upgrade driving deep Codex refactor. 3M weekly active users establish stable Agents CLI user base. Gemini now on macOS. Native desktop app launches globally. Google officially released Gemini native Mac app, available globally and free for macOS 15+. Summon Gemini from anywhere with Option plus Space, share documents, code, data on screen, native Nano Banana image generation and VO video generation built in. Option plus Space system-wide invoke, share current window for Gemini to see screen. Nano Banana images plus VO video generation direct from desktop. Anthropic publishes Subliminal Learning in Nature. Anthropic and collaborators published in Nature today, studying how LLMs transmit preferences or misalignment across models via implicit signals in data, subliminal learning. Major empirical result in large model safety research. Hidden signals in fine-tuning data transmit preferences/misalignment cross-model. Effect persists across architectures. Contrastive experiments show even safe training data can carry intent signals. Transformers.js version 4.1 released. Browser can now run heavy models. HuggingFace announced Transformers.js version 4.1, browser capabilities we've never had before. One line of code runs next-gen models in browser, pushing pure client-side AI inference forward. Support larger parameter models running in browser. One-line integration, no GPU or local inference needed. Anthropic valuation hits $800 billion, rumored October IPO. Multiple VCs proactively extended investment offers to Anthropic. Latest valuation reaches $800 billion, doubling from Series G at $380 billion 2 months ago. Company targeting U.S. IPO by October 2026, aiming to raise over $60 billion. $800 billion matches OpenAI's $852 billion post-money, both now in same band. October IPO would mark first large model company public listing. OpenAI and Novo Nordisk sign end-to-end pharma partnership. Danish pharma giant Novo Nordisk and OpenAI reached partnership to deploy AI across drug discovery, manufacturing, and commercial operations. OpenAI's first end-to-end pharma enterprise collaboration. Drug discovery plus manufacturing plus commercial operations. Tier 1 pharma actively partnering with top AI company rather than building in-house. GitLab and Google Cloud deepen strategic partnership. DevSecOps platform GitLab disclosed Deepen strategic partnership with Google Cloud on April 14th. Stock rose 7% after hours. Focus: AI-driven CI/CD and Gemini embedded in developer workflows. AI-driven CI/CD pipelines plus Gemini deep in developer workflow. Stock rose 7% after hours, signaling capital confidence in AI plus DevSecOps direction. Hightouch AI marketing agent drives ARR past $100M. Hightouch announced ARR hit $100 million, driven largely by AI marketing agent platform launched 20 months ago, which alone contributed $70 million ARR increase. Jensen Huang, will Nvidia's moat persist? Dwarkesh Patel and Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang in deep conversation on whether Nvidia's moat persists, TPU competition, chip supply bottlenecks, AI chip export restrictions to China, core strategic risk points. Rare chance to hear Huang directly address Nvidia's biggest vulnerabilities, extremely dense information. Nvidia's long-term competitive advantage in AI infrastructure versus emerging threats. Huang explains why Nvidia is not just GPU, but vertical integration across supply chain and software ecosystem. The AI model built for what LLMs can't do. Logical Intelligence CEO Eve Bodnia argues most AI companies wrongly pile on massive LLMs. Her company is building transformer alternative designed for tasks LLMs cannot handle. Episode questions mainstream AI orthodoxy from foundational architecture. Can non-transformer architecture AI solve structural LLM limitations? Bodnia as founder articulates product and technical case for alternative architecture path. AI in the AM. RL for E, Oversight without nationalization, and the first AI-run retail store. 3 guest episode, Sergey Nestorenko, Quilter, on reinforcement learning for circuit design, Andy Hall, Stanford, on AI governance in political behavior, plus guest on first AI fully operated retail store. Spans engineering, policy, commerce. RL applied to electrical engineering plus new frameworks for AI governance. Engineer, academic, entrepreneur, complete spectrum from tech to policy. The early days of Anthropic and how 21 of 22 VCs rejected it. ANJ Mehta. Anthropic founding investor Anjani Mehta recounts how 21 VCs rejected Anthropic, analyzes 4 major AI bottlenecks. Rare inside investor perspective on Anthropic's trajectory from periphery to center. Early Anthropic fundraising challenges and current 4 major AI bottlenecks: compute, data, talent, regulation. Mehta as founding investor and former A16Z partner, internal insight plus industry comparison. Why every AI team needs pirates and architects. Every CEO Dan Shipper spent 10 days vibe coding an agent native document editor, proof, extracted organizational insight. AI teams need pirates, rapid exploration, norm breaking, and architects, system design, maintainability, working in tandem. Battle-tested framework. Complementary roles needed in AI development. Fast explorers versus systematic architects. Shipper draws from 10-day working product project, founder/product view on team dynamics. Ben Horowitz on AI anxiety, big tech transitions, and the future of startups. Ben Horowitz on A16Z FinTech Connect main stage, how AI rewrites startup playbooks, big tech transitions, AI Anxiety Judgment. Macro-level view from Investment Lens. How AI Wave remaps startup and big tech roles, VC window judgment. Horowitz from 30-year venture career, historical positioning of current AI inflection. Hard truths about building in the AI era. Keith Rabois. PayPal Mafia member and former Square COO Keith Rabois on Lenny's podcast, Harsh Realities of AI Era Building, which traditional advantages died, which new capabilities matter. Spans PayPal, Square, LinkedIn, operator and early-stage investor hybrid lens. Brutal truths of AI era startups, what changed, what didn't, which beliefs are wrong. Rabois as Silicon Valley veteran plus active VC first principles, contrarian takes. That's all for today's AI brief. See you tomorrow.